Go ahead.
Oh,
I think it's going to skip the intro, but
yeah, I was waiting for that. Hey, welcome, Buffalo World Order. My name is Buffalo Spartan. As always, I'm joined with co-hosts Corey Teed and Patrick. Today, we're just gonna talk Bills football, but we have two guests with us today. Mossy.
How's it going, guys?
Mossy is a friend of the family who is a student doing some broadcasting work, so trying to help him get some credits with that. But our very special guest that we have today, the one and the only, Hallmark to Hollywood, Dewayne Carter. What's going on, Dewayne?
Man, I'm good, man. I appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah. No, we appreciate having you, man. We just upstarting podcast. Been doing this about 5-6 months. We're literally.
Yep.
Yeah, tomorrow will be 6 months for us. So, literally, we all met on another podcast. We're all from all different parts. Patrick's down in Orlando, Florida. Corey's over kind of by Letchworth State Park, in
like Rochester.
Central, the Rochester area, and I'm up in Niagara Falls. So we've only met each other in person twice in person.
We hung out like 100 times.
Well, me and you have, not Patrick. Yeah, but we're literally just a bunch of fans. I'm one of those guys that dresses up and comes to games from time to time. But everyone, we're all just local fans that have enjoyed football for years and have enjoyed Bills football. So we are basically a podcast of the people for the people. So kind of give you, our little rundown there. But we know right now you're rehabbing an injury, so you mind kind of telling us, how's it going?
Yeah, it's good. So it's a long way from I ended up tearing my Achilles on August 27th. So it was like the Wednesday, the week of practice before we started, getting ready to play that Ravens in that historic game, right? And hopefully if you were there, you stayed the whole game, right? That's the joke, right?
Yeah.
But, so I ended up tearing my Achilles.
More than you realize.
I tore my Achilles that Wednesday. I had surgery the following Friday, which is a blessing in itself, right? Being on this level and this scale and having access to medical care is something I don't take very lightly. So I was able to get fixed up, healed up real quick right here in Buffalo. And then, it's been 15, 16 weeks, I think, since then. So it's just, little victories. It's very interesting, this injury. It's like, you don't realize how much you use something. And that's, everybody says that, but it's really real with this Achilles. Like, as far as like, the process of walking again and walking the right way, mechanically, building up this strength and just, small little victories that I've had along this journey so far. But, I'm pleased with where I'm at. And, it's been cool to see the guys, picking up heat a little bit around the backstretch of the season.
Awesome.
I think it's also building the trust of the new surgically repaired, tendon and ligament is key.
Yeah, 100%. That's honestly, it's always more mental than physical. That's like the standard quota, but that is so real. Especially like even just me walking again. I remember I initially took my boot off at the doctor's appointment. He's like, "All right, you're good to go." And I kind of I'm sitting on the table like, am I good to go? Like, can I actually push? Like, if I get up, is it gonna tear again? Like, it's it's always it's that self-doubt. And I think that just speaks to a bigger thing too. Where it's like
it's getting back to the point of not thinking about it as you're walking is the key.
Yes, and that's second nature because I'm blessed to be able-bodied and able to walk. So having that taken away was something you don't expect. Obviously, I don't take it very lightly. So, like I said, I'm just blessed to be back walking and working towards running and stuff again.
Oh, that's awesome. I do have a question that we kind of all had a question, and one of them that I wanted to ask because it's been asked of me and I don't have the answer. I played football, but not at the level of football that you guys played at. However, so being on IR, obviously we know that you still have an obligation to the team and all that. How does that look from like a day-to-day, week-to-week basis being on IR? Like what are what are kind of like the mandatory things that you have to do besides rehab, obviously.
Yeah, so that's
like
a good question.
team meetings,
It's a great question. Obviously, I've been asked that a couple of times throughout this process, and it looks different on every club. I guess what they call every organization, every club is different. You'll see some guys they end up getting hurt and they go back to their wherever the house is or their different rehab facilities. Guys will go to different states. A lot of guys go to LA, different places to have their surgery and do their rehab specific protocol. So this is honestly it's up club to club basis. And the biggest thing is communication, right? Especially me being a younger guy. I think it made sense for me to stay here in Buffalo. I had a great surgeon, Dr. Ritter, my guy. He took care of me, fixed me up, and then as far as the rehab process goes, it's all been in house. So here in Buffalo, so with our athletic trainers, our physical therapists, our doctors, our whoever else you can think of, like our full staff. I think they're second to none. I'm a big fan of them, and how well they take care of me and how they prioritize me. And that's really another reason why I stayed in Buffalo for my recovery process. One, I want to be around the team. But two, it's like, all right, you can either go somewhere, pay all this money, do all this extra stuff, have to move, and it was just a lot, and I consider Buffalo to be my home. Like me and my wife, this is where we live. We don't really leave for the off season. We'll take trips here and there, but this is where we live, basically around the calendar. So it just made sense for us. And, it's worked out so far. So I'm excited to see, how much I can progress before the season ends. Get ready for next year.
Awesome.
That's sweet. Glad it's all going great.
So what do you do when you're like hanging out on your free time and stuff around Buffalo? What's some of your favorite stuff to go do?
Yeah, so it's funny, man. Like everybody else asked that, like I stay in the house a lot. Like I don't really like. I go to different events. Like I went to my first meat raffle for the first time. Actually, I went to shout out Joe Kroon, my dog. He had a meat raffle a couple weeks ago, so I went to that one for the first time. But then I've done, it's a lot of times we go out, or me and my wife, or team, whatever it is to go eat food, and that's it's really what it is. We go eat food.
Same.
Wing spots, pizza spots, Italian.
Them Wagyu steaks.
What's your favorite flavor wings, man?
So that's a great question, right? I think that's a loaded question. I think it depends on one where you're at. All right. So I mean,
facts.
Like my top 3 that I've been to have been Barbell, Wing Nuts, and probably I put Sunny Reds in there too for sure. Shout out my dog Ant, man. He put me on. But at Barbell, I always do like the Cajun honey butter barbecue. That's like
that's the go-to, man.
That's my top go-to. Like
that flavor is wild,
hands down. And then at Wing Nuts, my guys over there. I mean, every time I go there, I get something new. Like they got the most random, like they just kind of put stuff together to see how it goes, and it's pretty good. So they've introduced me to a couple different flavors there. But at Sunny Reds, we had what did I get? I got the General Tso's, and then I can't remember what's the other one we got. General Tso's, and there was it's like a Thai something. I don't know what it was.
The spicy Thai or whatever.
Maybe I think it might have
been
that.
Sweet some.
It was one of those and the General Tso's, and yeah, those have become like that's my top 3. So like when we get wings, like we don't go. It's no question. Like that's where we go. Either Sunny Reds, Barbell, or Wing Nuts.
So we'll still love you though, man. You hit the ranch or the blue cheese.
So I've been converted, man. I've been converted to the blue cheese.
It's got to be a good blue cheese. I love blue cheese, but some of it's like, what the heck?
That's real because blue cheese isn't the same. Like where I grew up in Columbus, back in Ohio, it's like it's different. And my mom's always been a blue cheese person, so we all used to give her a tough time, whatever. And I come here, and now she's like, "Oh, you switched, you changed, like." Because I'm always doing Buffalo blue cheese.
You gotta tell her I've actually had real blue cheese, not that fake stuff made with ranch.
That's facts. And like the blue cheese is like the real deal up here. It's not like just, the chunky consistency. Like it's really a dipping sauce. It's not just like blue cheese. So I've been converted, man.
That's awesome, dude.
So, right, Pat, what you got?
Well, I got a couple for you. First, what was it like getting the call from the Bills during draft day, and what were your thoughts about being drafted to the Buffalo Bills?
Yeah, so great question. Again, and it's funny. It just takes me back, right? It's crazy. That was literally 2 years ago. Now, already year 2. Excuse me. The regular season already almost over, which is insane. It just takes me back. I remember that night I'm sitting there. I'm kind of frustrated. I didn't get the call till about around like midnight. It's like 11:45 midnight. It was later in the day. And I'm seeing all these guys go before me. Like my friends are going, I'm excited, but also like, dang, all right, maybe I might not get a call tonight. Like I don't know. Like it just everything was pointing to like you're gonna get a call today. So I was getting, then again getting in your head like that self doubt. Like all right, maybe it's not my card.
Hey, we human, man. You got to like, man. Why he go before me? I'm better than him. Nah.
It obviously doesn't come from a place of like spite, but it's just like, man,
right.
Be. So I actually was at the point like I'm leaning back on the couch like this, like my phone's way over there. I'm like, man, I'm over this. And all of a sudden, you could hear a pin drop in the room. Like, it was silent. My phone just started buzzing. I had to turn my ringer off. Like, I didn't think I had my ringer up. I just had my phone buzzing. And the whole room just kind of like stares at me. I pick it up and I see 716. Oh, shoot, it's Buffalo. Like, no way. And it was a legit call. Like, it was, Brandon Bean, Coach McDermott, all those guys on the other side. It wasn't one of those prank calls. And I just remember, like, it was like almost like a relief, right? And like just a sense of pride and just being proud and being around my family, my wife. And like, I think it was one of the coolest things ever. Me and my dad got a video that they captured that night. And like, just literally just the longest hug ever. He's crying like a little baby. I never seen him cry. It was great. Like, it was great. Like, we were both just crying. It was just, a sigh of relief and happiness because I know how much went into that for my side, but also, my parents literally did everything for me to be in that position to, go to college and then make it to this next level and how much they sacrificed. Like, I think that was my ultimate, like, gift to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it paid off. Like, it wasn't a waste. Like, what you invested in me, like, is for something.
So awesome.
With the 95th pick, the Buffalo Bills select.
I was at the training camp this year when you pulled up in the custom Toyota. I was like, who is this? I was like, oh, that's
Carl. So they had called me. They were like, hey, they're like, when you leaving for camp? I'm like, all right, whatever. Probably a day early too. Like, you want to drive the truck? So I'm thinking like, all right, is this a joke? Like, right? Like, I'm thinking like, equipment truck or like, something they were trying to prank me. Like, no, like for real, like we do these ride-alongs because my boy Vandy did it last year.
No,
they hit me up, and then I would never pass up that opportunity to drive that truck down to Rochester. So that was pretty cool, man.
That's awesome. Oh, so you got to drive it the whole way there?
Oh yeah, that was real. Like from my driveway to St. John Fisher, like that was me the whole time.
Oh shit,
that's the real thing.
That's awesome.
Speaking of training camp, obviously you've had 2 of them now. What was the difference having Hard Knocks this year versus not having them the year before?
Yeah, it's funny. It's an interesting question because, like, obviously you want to feel like it's a difference, right? But I think the joke is like we had probably like the most boring Hard Knocks ever. Like, there wasn't,
there was so many y'all riding scooters around.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was like just good-hearted, like fun, like football is what we were about, right? And I think that just speaks volumes about the type of club we have and the type of team we are. And so,
I think as Bills Mafia, we connect with that more because it's like the family aspect of it, and I'm not the same thing. I'm not trying to be biased to other teams because I don't know, but it seems like some other teams, like you don't hear about that, like. You hear from some of the players, like in interviews, we have like team dinners once a week, or like someone's inviting somebody over, and other teams like, oh, we don't even hang out outside of training camp or outside of camp, none.
Yeah, and I think that was the coolest part, right? To showcase like the right way. That's what we kind of call it, the right way, and how you build a team. And we're actually a team, and I think it's nothing more speaks volumes as to this season of how much of a team we are because of how many injuries we had. Right. And it's always been next man up. And you see guys who genuinely want guys to succeed. Like even on Hard Knocks, like we had some guys that were featured on there end up, getting cut, but it was never negative. Like they obviously knew different position on the team where their standing was, different things. And it's a really hard business. At the end of the day, business is business. Decisions have to be made and you can never be comfortable. But I think the coolest thing was watching that back is like you can genuinely see like the love and the care and like those are really my brothers at the end of the day.
Heck yeah.
So the last one I'll have for you before we'll let other people have their turn to ask. We here on the show, we like to incorporate a little bit of pro wrestling. I don't know if you're a fan of it or not. I know some people are.
I know John Cena just retired officially, man. That would hurt.
The easiest question I can give to people that come on that it ties into it, but you don't have to be a fan to have an answer to it is if you had to pick one song that would represent you as your entrance theme, what would it be?
That's a good question.
Like if y'all didn't have to come out as like a team to a song, you could pick your own song. What would you come out to?
So I say, I was a baseball player growing up, right? So we had our walk-up song. So, similar. I did, what was my song? So my song in high school, it was the Work remix by A$AP Ferg, but it was a certain spot because I called myself self-proclaimed like Big Poppy. Like, I don't know if you remember softball game. Like I said, I was self-proclaimed MVP. Like I do that a lot. So I said self-proclaimed like I'm Big Poppy, I'm David Ortiz. Like this is who I'm gonna be. I made that decision when I was a young kid, big lefty, trying to hit home runs all the time. So like the part of the song, it was like Coogee down to the socks, like I'm Biggie Papa, and my whole dugout would be like, baby, like that was my walk-up song. Like the whole dugout would say that as I'm walking up to bat. Like it was elite. It's some of my best work, I will say.
Some of my best work.
Or
he come out swinging the bat.
I'll go Lil Wayne on him too. I'll go Mr. Carter because that's
that's a good one too.
That's just like it just makes sense,
Now we have another guest. We have
ahead.
another guest on too, so I feel like he's got to answer the same question.
Who, me?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It sounded like Dewayne earlier when we were asking him off camera, and he's like, "Was that for me?"
I don't know if I'd have one. I don't know.
You have to have one. Everybody's got a song.
You got a theme song. Everybody got a theme song.
Especially every male at like 16, you did something like you bust into your room, you bust out your room, like yeah, come on, man.
I don't know. We'll stick with what is the song? Talk to Me Through the Phone by Soulja Boy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely something by Soulja Boy.
Okay, I like that.
Young man knows his music.
I listen to a lot of Soulja Boy.
Well, not to put everybody else on the spot, but we've never really talked about that on the show. So, Spartan, what would your theme song be?
We're going around the table now.
So do we got? Mine's not like a hype one. Mine's more of like this is bringing back memories from like junior high. Because I'm the oldest one here, Dewayne. Just so you know, okay. I'm touching
by 8 years.
I'm touching 50 very closely. Okay,
young man, still a young man.
Yeah, so, right. And anybody who watches that knows me personally will understand that my call out would be "Ice Ice Baby" by Vanilla Ice.
That's a solid one. That's a solid one.
That's fire too.
I got to meet him. My wife tried.
You got to see Spartan's dance moves to understand it, Dewayne.
Yeah, I choreographed a whole dance to that song in high school or in junior high. But no, my wife for my 40th birthday, I was currently in the Army Reserve, and I had gotten picked up to be a full-time recruiter down kind of by the triangle down by you there in Smithfield, North Carolina.
Away.
Oh, yeah. I used to hang down on Capitol Boulevard.
Okay, then. Okay.
Come on, what you know about Buffalo Brothers right there? Little bit of the old Cookout?
You know I know Cookout. You know I know Cookout. Cookout is Smithfield. Smithfield.
Yeah, Smithfield, yeah. How about some Bojangles? Got to get that Bo sauce.
But every time I go back, I'm telling you, it's one of my first stops. Bowberry biscuit. Yep. The Supreme, that's a whole nother episode right there.
Yeah, you're lying. So, but I got the call to go down there, and it was literally we were leaving March 19th. My birthday is March 6th. So my wife wanted to throw me a surprise birthday party until I got this news. And she's like, I can't make this a surprise. And she called me at work, and she's like, look, I wanted to do a surprise party, but I can't. And I said, well, if you're not going to throw a 40th surprise party for my 40th, for my 50th, you better make it legend. Wait for it, dairy. You better make it legendary. You better have Robert Van Winkle up in there. She didn't know who that was, so she Googled it and literally emailed like his manager and tried to get him to come to my 40th birthday party.
No way.
And, yeah, I have the picture of the email and everything. She's like, it was like, sorry, but Vanilla's currently doing his DIY show. But he's currently he's currently going to be starting up the I Love the 90s tour. So we'd like to give you guys complimentary tickets with backstage meet and greets.
That's awesome.
So guess where I got to see him at?
Where'd you see him?
PNC Arena.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, that's awesome.
I got to go see him down there. So yeah,
Or
mine would be
we'll go to you. What your entrance?
He said, "Shut up, Spark." No. Now, man, mine would be "Good Morning Haters" by Chameleonaire, the old song, bro.
Good Morning Haters. I gotta check that one out.
Yo, that I promise you, it just talks about like everybody hating on you. Wake up and hey, man, good morning. Keep going. I'm gonna laugh at you and just keep on moving on.
That's fire.
Well, I guess I got to give mine since I made everybody else do it. Mine would be "For Whom the Bell Tones" by Metallica.
Anything Metallica, solid.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Metallica.
Solid.
Did you say salad, Dwayne?
I did say salad.
No.
It's only Wednesday, okay? It's not Fatboy Friday.
Yo, since we're on music, real quick, the first time, like when y'all come out into the stadium and stuff, right, and you see all the fans and all that joint, how like obviously we're up in the stands, so me and Spartan, we had a chance. We went down on the stadium, did like walkthroughs and all that stuff, got to go in the locker room. But with like the fans in the stands and stuff and like singing Mr. Brightside, how much does that really hype y'all up?
I think it's really when, especially last year, like when initially like kind of took off.
Yeah,
I think that's one of the coolest things ever, right? Because every stadium has a tradition, right? Like it's a tradition. Like obviously, shout is a big one. Like that's our thing. Like yeah, that's the thing. And then, so I remember, and it's funny because obviously it initiated from a hot mic, like somebody being mic'd up. We call it a hot mic, right? And then Dawson just talking about nothing, right, during the NFL game. Like, it's usually how it goes. He said, play the Killers or whatever, and the bright side came on, and then the amount that people embrace it, I think is insane. I'm playing Madden the other day. I heard it. I was playing with us, of course, and I heard it on Madden. I think it's just cool, man.
Yeah.
Like
I remember being at that first game last year when it really cracked off, because even I was like, when did this become a thing?
And that's
I was like, where did this come from? And then everyone was like, nah, it literally, like, they did it once before, and it just cracked off. And it was one of the loudest echoing. I'm like, man, people are off, and it was just echoing across the bat. I was like, damn, dude.
Insane. And even like, because I went at the Ravens game because, I was still booted up and casted up. But I remember, like, we came back, obviously, on that mess, and that was so, you could hear it from my neighborhood. Like, and I don't live too far from the stadium, but I live far enough. But like you could literally hear the stadium, like the echo. It was, I don't know. It's just I get chills thinking about it now, especially like with the last home game coming up, and all the emotions that'll bring from all the crowd. Because obviously, high marker, all the OGs that I met called the Ralph. So the Ralph, like all the memories and everything it means to people, like it. I think that'll be a special day. Obviously, we got to handle business, but I think that'll be really cool to see.
I was at that whiteout game against New England this year. I don't know if you were down on the field for that one.
I was up in the box. I couldn't stand.
Oh, really? Man, that when they did in the beginning when they did where else would you rather be? Same thing. I was like, man, people are off, and then I was like, nah, it's just echoing. It was so. And in the video, when you watch it back, same thing with Mr. Bright. Like you could see the stadium, like whoa, 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 whoa. I was like, man,
so cool.
Mm-hmm. So, you obviously. We know you mentioned that you tore your Achilles, right before the start of the season. Was there any player, not just with the Bills or anybody from the league, that gave you advice on what to do for rehab?
Yes, it's funny, bro, because like unique situation, right? We got a lot of vets on our team, but also we got a lot of young guys now too. So it's kind of like we have like two extremes. There's like really not anybody in the middle. So two vets being Trey White, he did his a couple years ago. And then Shaq Thompson actually did his last year, which I don't think not a lot of people realize, especially the level that he's been playing at all year. And he tore his, I think, week 4 or 5 on the Panthers last year, and he's out there balling, right? So, it gives me, it's also the hope aspect. Like, all right, you came back that fast. All right, let's do it. So, I mean, those are two guys that I've looked to for advice and kind of a lot of guidance, as well as, just a couple of my vets in the room that in this game of football, it's like, it's not an if, it's a when you get hurt, right? And that's kind of just the reality of what it is. So, hopefully mine is these first 2 years of my career, and then hopefully I can ride off into the sunset and just sprain my pinky every once in a while and be okay. So that's the goal, right? But those are two of the guys.
You on to Hollywood?
Yeah, he goes to Hollywood.
Hey, look, Josh Allen breaks his hand and goes on an MVP season. So, I mean,
that is actually I forgot about that. Josh did do it. It is funny, man. It's just when you really think back though, how many guys play through so many different injuries, and a lot of times you don't even know. Like it just came out about Reggie. I saw an article about Reggie last year, and nobody knew he tore his groin. He was playing with a torn groin the entire season, almost.
That video they showed of Hoyt when he tore his, and he was like, "Nah, let me just sit on the bench." I was like, "Damn."
Yeah, Mike,
for the whole rest of the game, bro. Like, damn.
Mike, that's my guy. But Mike got a couple screws loose, man.
That boy came in and he started turning up. I was like, damn, this guy's nuts. I love it, bro. His energy was wild.
He's awesome, man. And like obviously, unfortunately, that he got hurt because he was having a heck of a year. Like his first 3 games, he had like 3 sacks or whatever it was, or 2 games. Like he's just crazy.
I can't wait to see y'all back out there next year, man.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
So what you got, Mossy?
Being on IR, like, has this changed like your experience the way you like look at the game or anything like that?
Yeah, that's a good question, bro. It's like because obviously I can't play, and I'm very limited to what I can do. Plus, IR rules like you can't be out there like practicing. So even like if I were to get healthy towards the back, like I wouldn't be able to really do anything unless all these rules taken out the window, all the technical stuff or whatever. So like for me, initially that was the initial shock. Like, all right, well, what's my role on this team now? Right? How can I help the team? How can I still be a good teammate? How can I impact the team? Because that's what it is, sports or in the world in life. Like everybody has a role somewhere, right? And at my job, my role was, high energy guy, high character guy, just trying to be a great teammate, be a light, right? And that's kind of always been my thing. So now I think it for me was going to the building like with a positive attitude, right? Obviously, and I think guys wouldn't be mad at me if I was, in a shitty mood all the time or like struggling, just frowning, just being down, not really want to talk to anybody. Like, but I chose the opposite path. And I think life is all about perspective, right? So my perspective being, all right, I get essentially a year to rehab and get my body the healthiest that it's been. I get to watch the game from almost like a all 22 lens where I'm essentially looking at the coach. I'm not just looking at, my position. I'm looking at what does our defense really look like as a whole? What are these teams like to run? That's just a different way to study opponents, do all these different things. And plus, at the end of the day, like I got the coolest job in the world, in my opinion. And I could be in a lot worse situations, right? And I think I'm young in this league. I got a lot to give to this league and still for, however many years that God blesses me with. So that's kind of been my perspective, bro, just going through it. And because, at the end of the day, I'm still part of this team, very much so. The team still includes me in things. I'm still in different meetings and things like that. So that's been cool. And that's not the case everywhere. And I think that's another reason why I'm grateful that, me getting injured happened at such a great place. Because a lot of places, they say you get hurt and you kind of just get forgotten about, regardless of how you handle it or what you want to do. So it's been a very unique experience. I want to do it again. No.
No.
Am I grateful for it at the end of the day? 100%.
Awesome.
I got one more. Won't keep it too sad. Whose house are you going to for if you have a Fat Boy Friday?
Bro,
who you having dinner with?
Man, I'm telling you, a lot of dudes on the team can cook. Just nobody likes to host stuff like me.
I hear some stuff about Dawson. Dawson be hosting a little bit, don't he?
So Dawson, Dawson just had his baby girl now. So I'm
not anymore.
But I always mess with Ed Oliver because Ed. I don't know if you follow Ed on Instagram. In the summer, off season, whatever, he's always in this big old pot. You'll see him with a pot and like a wooden like paddle, I guess you can call it, and that's how he cooks. Like Ed's real country horses, all that. Everybody that dude can cook, man. I went to his house and he made some oxtails, some sausages, like. Different, bro. It was fire though. Like, and I told him actually, I talked to him earlier today. I was like, "Hey, bro, like we got to get you on the show." And, he's all for it. That's my guy. That's been another big mentor for me since I got here. But so that's probably I say Ed. Ed is definitely like that's the one. Either him or Mike. Mike is good too though. It depends on what I'm feeling that day. Because Mike,
when you had Mike on for that Italian day,
yes, and I was caught off guard. By how prepared he was, right, and knowing Mike who he is. I should have expected as much. Like that dude, man, he had the dough. He had this pasta contraption. Like in the video, you see like just the one noodle he kept. It's called like I don't know, bucatini or something. But this dude has like all these attachments like for pasta, and he's like sitting there breaking it down as he's cooking and crafting. I'm just kind of just like, I'm like, bro, I'm thinking, we're going to get the noodles out the box, dump them in the water. Just go on about the day. But no, it was
like, bro,
real
you
good.
taking too long. Watch this.
That's my style, but that's what's unique about everybody. Everybody got their own style and their own passion. So Mike and I say Mike and Ed, those are my top two.
What's some of your favorite foods, man?
Loaded question. All right.
Would it be what least favorite is?
No,
I say number one. I'd have to go steak and potatoes, like mashed potato fries, anything. Like steak and potatoes is kind of what I grew up on. So always like down for a good steak, mashed potato, French fries, all that. And then number two, I probably throw pizza and wings. It's probably like my top two. And this is based off of how much I eat it. So pizza and wings all the time. We already went over kind of the wing spots. And then three, bro, I love like Chinese food, like fried rice, like hibachi, like all that stuff, like right up my alley. And four, I put like Mexican food four. But down in North Carolina, I was back in school. I say Mexican food is like my top like one, like top two. But then things change, and I've been converted to Buffalo.
So that Mexican food does hit different down there in Carolina, though.
I don't know what it is, man. It's like I literally go and be full. I get all this food for like $25. It'd be the best. It was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
You had me to the Chinese food, man. I don't do that.
You don't like Chinese food for real?
I mean, all right. I like. It's not my go-to. I'll say, I definitely could never order it. If I'm not kidding at all, Chinese food is fucking disgusting.
I told you he's weird, man.
Yo, that's crazy.
I'll eat General Tso's chicken and maybe some like that, but it just freaks me out, like the little baby corns and like you get green beans that are this big, and I'm like, man.
That's everybody got their own thing, man. I'm not gonna judge.
I'm old school, man. I'm like a meat and potatoes kind of guy.
You're my type of guy.
I like barbecue and shit. Like, man, collard greens. I be like pig's feet. I promise you. I grew up with a lot. I grew up down in the South a lot when I was in the Army. I had a lot of crazy good food, man.
Yeah, different down there, man. It is.
Being somebody that's from originally Ohio, then you went to Duke, and now you're in Buffalo. What was one of your fondest memories so far, and favorite memories of being in Buffalo, and one of your most, best experience being in Buffalo? That if anybody came there now, you'd be like, you have to go here, you have to do this.
Yeah, that's a good question because it's just hard to put like one experience because every great experience that I've had has been centered around great people, right? And I think that kind of just speaks to Buffalo. And that's the coolest thing for me, like, because I'm trying to sit here and just pinpoint one thing. I've gone out downtown with different people. I've gone to different fundraisers, different events, community things. But at the end of the day, like, it's just always been centered around good people, right? So when I tell people, like, oh, you got to come here, obviously it starts off with, you got to see a football game, you got to have the chicken wings, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, I want to introduce you to good people. And I think that's how I grew up. So I think that's why it like resonates with me so much being here is because I grew up around great people and people who like to help each other, people who aren't selfish, and people who genuinely enjoy being around others instead of just being, to yourself and doing whatever.
So then a quick follow-up. Was when you found out you were going to Buffalo, was Buffalo anything like what you were expecting when you originally thought of Buffalo, New York?
It's funny because I had no expectations. Like I couldn't. It was so funny because I was so removed because I couldn't point out Buffalo on the map. Like I didn't know where it was because they had called me and they're like, after the draft, get my initial call. They called me again like, hey, we want you to come up here, whatever. Typical after the draft. The next morning, they're like, well, we got a flight. We could get you a flight or you could drive. And I'm like, so you want me to drive and be there in the morning? Like, I said drive. I was like, what do you mean drive? And then I was like, my guy Ryan Moore here, he was like, yeah, bro, it's only like 4.5, 5 hours. So, light bulb finally clicked in my head. Like, all right, I probably should figure out where I'm gonna live now. I should figure out
what's the plan?
It is from home, right? So, literally, it's just 4.5 hours from my parents' driveway to my house here in Buffalo. Right up down 90. I don't think we even switched. Like, I think 90, going west? I think it is.
Pretty much.
I think, and just hit it, man. So, I mean, I don't know, but then you finally get here, and it's like I didn't really know what to expect because I had no idea. I had some neighbors that grew up in Buffalo and big Buffalo fans, but now I see why I used to drive home all the time for holidays because it makes sense.
Awesome.
So you were like one of the ones that like, man, hell yeah, Buffalo, but man, the snow though and the cold.
So it's so funny because my wife would get mad, but it's funny throughout the draft process. She's like, "Man, I hope you go anywhere but Buffalo and Green Bay." Like,
we can't be mad at that as fans. It gets cold, bro. Like cold.
Strictly off of the cold and like the snow and the temperatures, and it's so funny now because we talk now and it's like, we just can't see ourselves anywhere else because it's really like it's become a family to us now, and like it's our home. And like I said, like
well, you're in good. I'll just say you're in good company because let's be honest, most players that go in the draft that end up saying that very same thing anywhere that's not cold, like, and they list Buffalo as an example. Jim Kelly was one of them. Jim Kelly was mad that he got drafted to the Bills, but it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to him.
Exactly. It is cool.
So, and it's
Do
funny.
you guys have a lot of interactions with with like the older players and stuff too? Like just like Thurman and them, or any of them guys come in and try to help y'all out or coach you guys up or just hang out and try to.
Yeah, I mean, so me personally, no. I mean, I've had conversations because they're always around. I think it's really
right,
cool.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see them around and see how they interact and see what they've done after ball too, right? Because everybody knows what they did on the field, obviously, and the greatness that it was. So seeing them now and their different business ventures and how they do things, and also how available they are to not only the team, but like you see them a lot in the public, having different events, different parties. Like Thurman just had a Christmas party or something, I think, in Buffalo a couple weeks ago or something. I don't know. But it's just things like that you'll see. It's like, I think that's cool and it's probably unique. I've never heard about it in other clubs and cities.
It's awesome, man.
I think we got to give the guy in the red shirt some time to ask some questions here.
I'm good, just chilling. Let me think. You got a favorite quote here? Mr. Pancho's Army wants to know. You got a favorite quote?
Mr. El Presidente over here off camera.
Mr. None your business.
Yeah, Mr. None your business.
So favorite quote, like sports-wise or life-wise?
What do you think is sports-wise or anything?
Favorite quote?
Nah, man, I'd rather hear anything. Sports be cool, but anything, bro.
He just wants your favorite quote.
Like mine is the way you do small things is the way you do all things.
He can hear you right now, so
you don't need to see me then.
Yeah, you're like John Cena.
We do all things. The way you do small things is the way you do all things. It's mine.
Yeah, so that's a good one. You said how you do anything, how you do everything. That was kind of like a big one. In my college program, I think two. Like for me right now, I have like two that are on my phone. One being is I think it's my Twitter header too. I think setback. It says setbacks happen. Just go get it again, right? And that's been huge for me. I don't know who said it, but that's been huge for me throughout this journey in this industry, and actually talking about to Tyler Bass. He said, "Hold on, let me make sure I get this right. I don't want to mess this up because we have like these mental, working on your mental game. We have these different programs that we do, and me and T Bass have become pretty close through it. And he said something the other day, and I was like, bro, that was fire. He said, oh, where'd it go? Is this the right group chat? Oh, this is from Ty, actually. This is from Ty Johnson. Sorry. He said, nobody wants to tell you why discipline is so important. Discipline is the strongest form of self-love. It's ignoring the current pleasures for bigger rewards to come. It's loving yourself enough to give yourself everything you've ever wanted. Right? And so that's kind of a big thing for me is discipline over motivation. Right? Because motivation always fades. But if you have a routine, you have a discipline, you have something that you do every single day, even though getting up for work, whatever it is, like it gets monotonous, it gets boring. You don't want to do it. So that's why I'm a believer in discipline. Like motivation is obviously a thing, but I don't think it's a thing for me, if that makes sense. Because everything for me is internal and intrinsic. Like I'm self-motivated. My motivations are my family, my wife, taking care of my people, things like that. And I don't think anything externally, like somebody calling me a name on the field, like, oh, yeah, it'll fire me up for like 5 seconds. But long term, like what really drives me is my intrinsic values and motives. So those are kind of like two I've been going with, as well as there's some Bible verses in there too. But it's kind of like it's hard. I'm big on like quotes and different pictures and captions. Like I have a whole log of them in my notes.
They mean a lot.
And they do, man. It's like it's funny because everybody has their own thing. And that's one of my things.
Yeah.
One of my goals is to read more, right? So knowledge is power, of course. So I'm trying to. That's how I kind of fuel my quote books and different things.
My wife tries to get me to read more too. She's got. I think she's like at book 300 on the year on her Kindle. She bought me a book last year. I'm still on page 14.
That's real.
It's the ongoing joke. So
that's real.
My mom's also a huge reader. I don't even know how many books she's read in the year, but she reads every night before she goes to bed. She'll be reading whenever she comes home from work. It's a real thing, dude. People love it.
Yeah, the influences is Inky.
And like you said, knowledge is definitely power when it comes to that stuff too.
Mention Inky Johnson.
When we were in Afghanistan, there was a time like I read so much that books became cooler than movies. I was like, I like this because I can imagine it however I want. And then same thing, like you said, Sparta, you get home and I got a book that I'm like, oh, I read that like 10 years ago. I want to reread that book. I bought the whole series. I got like 2 chapters in. I put that shit away. I haven't touched it in like a year.
That's real. I got a couple of them too, and it's like I don't know what it is. Like, because it is cool when you actually immerse yourself in the book. Yeah. Actually, you learn so many things, and that's the power of rereading it too. Because like you said, like, all right, I read this a couple years ago. Let me go back and do it. And every book that I've done that with, specifically the one I do the most, is Chop Wood, Carry Water. That book, I find a new lesson every single time in there to kind of like cling to. That's relevant to my life.
Awesome. Chef, what up, big dog? Question: how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
I want to know who's your biggest influencer. Mine was Inky Johnson.
Biggest influence?
I can't hear shit.
I'd say biggest influence probably starting at home with my parents. And that's just how it was for me.
That's
like
what's up, big dog.
Me and my younger sister. I mean, it didn't matter what it was. Like, they always made it happen. For playing sports, never hungry, always had clothes on. It was just things like that. They always made it happen. They were hustlers. Like, got it done working, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, whatever it was, to make sure that they could pay for my sports, my school. And it was never no when I said I expressed that I wanted to do something, right? I want to join this club. I want to play this sport. I want to do this. It said, all right, we'll figure it out. Like, all right, we'll sign you up. And that's always what it was, right? And that kind of fueled me, to have future kids whenever that is down the line to be that same way. So that's definitely a big influence in my life. And as far as like figures, I'd say different athletes that inspire me. I'm inspired by a lot of our vets in the building, to be honest with you. I got the opportunity to play with, obviously Von Miller, a walking Hall of Famer. It's been pretty dang cool my first year and the influence that he had on me, as well as a lot of old guys we have in the room, DQ, Ed, Greg, guys like that. And I think I don't, look up to them based off of status and, the accolades that they have, which are, obviously respectable and very cool. But I look up to them because they don't have egos. Like, from day one, I was welcome in to, hey, we can teach you how to do this. I think if you add this to your game, it'll help you with this, or this might help you play better. This is what I did when I was in your place, or this is the way you should take notes because this helps you learn this type of scheme, or just all these different things. So, I mean, those are like the influences that people I look up to. And those are, that's kind of how I try to build myself as well.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I got a quick question. You ever go riding horses with Ed yet?
No. I'm not getting on the horse, man. I'm too big. Tell myself,
did he really get stepped on in the game, or was it a horse? Nah.
Oh yeah, the conspiracy. Look,
yeah, bro. Oh man, I love the stuff the internet world comes up with, man. For you guys, it is so funny. Do y'all ever do y'all ever look at that, or you guys just like, man, who cares about it? Y'all really look at it just to laugh at people?
Oh no, I look at it. I look at it. Yeah. I'm big into saving receipts, is what I call them. And, honestly, what it is, I look at it from the instance because a lot of times it's fake, right? People say a lot of nasty things, right, and then message you or come up to you, hey, can you come on my show? Hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And I'd like to be able to, like, all right, before I say yes or no, like, can I look back and see what you said about me? because then what I look like going on your show and you've been talking negatively about me, and then I have a good stint for like a couple weeks, and I'm on your show or doing an interview for you, and you just talking. You know how it is. Like if it's thing like obviously criticizing, it's valid. Like you're doing your job, but there's a line between actually evaluating, criticizing the game, and actually just being disrespectful. So that's how I view it. I'm sure a lot of guys view that as well. But I'm big on that. A lot of it gets sent to me. Actually, like I have a lot of like my friends. They'll think it's funny. People say a lot of crazy things. They'll be like, "Look at what they said about you." So that's how I get most of it, honestly, through my friends.
Yep.
We've seen with especially with Hard Knocks and everything throughout the years, and I know we didn't really see this on the Bills, but so a lot of teams have it where rookies have to do they have to have a team meeting where they go up and do an impression of the coach or whatever. What's one of the things that the Bills make their rookies do in a team meeting setting like that, if you're able to say anything?
Yeah, so starting off, Coach McDermott's big, like no hazing, no none of that. Like it's zero tolerance. It's like anything we did last year, like it was like, simple stuff. Like, we're buying snacks for the room. Or I think the only thing we had to do, we had to like in our meeting room, we had to like sing a song or something, which is typical. That's what we did at Duke too. So like just typical whatever you get up, sing, pick it, give guys a little laugh, tell a joke, do something like that, right? And that's what it was. Like ours and like that's why I said we're like the most boring Hard Knocks ever. Like we didn't have any viral singers or like who was it? The Bears 2 years ago. They went viral for all that singing and all that stuff, which I think is dope, man. I enjoy it. And the reason I enjoy it though is because like it's like almost like a rite of passage, right? You're not doing anything that other guys haven't done. It's not humiliating. So it's just I think it's pretty cool.
It's cool to see that aspect of you guys too, like because I know sometimes even myself be like, man, these are like world famous athletes, bro. Like, and then to see you guys like normal people laughing at each other. Like the one when the old boy had like the kid scooter. Like, bro, what are you doing with that thing, bro?
Hamler's a funny dude.
Hamler had me crying. He was like, bro, he's like, I think a squirrel stole that joint.
It's so funny because AJ, like, it's really who he is. Like, and I remember because nobody saw Keon because Keon bought a kid scooter too. Like they're both like, we saw the cheapest price tag and just grabbed it. Like they, obviously weren't thinking. So we had two of them, but KJ was like, forget that. I'm still ride mine around campus. So that's why it's so funny because like you would think it was something like fake or made up, but that's really something them dudes do. Like I think it was cool.
I think the best one was it 2 years ago when Chase Keenum was on the team and he dressed up as a fan and went and got Josh Allen's autograph.
I didn't even see that.
That was hilarious. Like it took Josh a few seconds when he's signing the autograph. He's Chase Keenum. He's like, wait a minute.
Now I like the ones when they show you guys practicing and then they have the camera set up with like a weird question or something, and then y'all come up and have to answer the question and stuff. It's pretty cool to see some of the answers there too. Like you said, to see you guys are down to earth.
And that's what it is. It's cool because it's hard. Like obviously our game is played in helmets and shoulder pads. So the thing, I'm not gonna say like this is intentional. I don't know if it's intentional, but I was a psychology major in college, so I think the psychology behind it is right trying to dehumanize aspect, like humanization aspect. Like obviously, especially with sports betting and everything going on, like you see all these people like you miss a kick or you miss a tackle or you miss a touch, you drop a ball, whatever. Man, people blow you. Oh, you blew my parlay. You did this. You're this type of person. I hope you die. Like all these crazy messages, right? And it's a lot easier to say that to somebody who you can't see their face. They got a helmet on. They got this jersey on, right? So it's different when, all right, humanization piece. You walk up, you look at me dead in my eyes. 9 times out of 10, a lot of people, the keyboard warriors, whatever, won't say anything like that, right? And so I think it's cool that we do things like that because it helps you remember, like, hey, like this is number 90, but this is who he is, right? So I think that's pretty cool.
It's a big side we don't see.
No. Yeah. How tall are you?
You say how tall am I?
Yeah.
Are you gonna look it up?
Nah, it was about to be a joke. I was gonna say if I met you face to face, I ain't saying nothing bad to no 6'2".
NFL gentleman 6'3", 305.
Right? Yeah, who's trying to? What man in their right mind coming up to a 6'3", 200-pound lineman saying, "Hey man, you suck"? Hell nah.
Well, no, the reason I asked you, you're gonna look it up because the combine had me like 6'2" and like 7'8". They didn't give me 6'3", so I'd be like, 6'3". And a lot of people are like, well, it says right here. I'll be like, oh, all right, sorry. Like,
when I looked it up, it said 6'3", 305.
305, yeah.
Should be 6'4" now. They gave you that little bit of extension when they reattached your Achilles, right?
And I stretched. I've been stretching.
I've been stretching.
Gotta love.
You're gonna have the surgery. You might as well get something out of it, right?
Nah, 6'2" 3/4. They had to cut a chunk out.
That's exactly what they said to come. I was so mad. I was like, bro, you can't give me 3. I said,
Hey, the Army was the same way. The Army was calling me like 5'10" because I was like not yet 5'10" and a half on their scale, and I'm like, dude, I'm 5'11", dude. Come on, I'm 5'11".
Yeah,
and they better.
They say 5'10" and a half. I was like, can't we just say 5'11", bro? Come on, what's that half about?
So here on the BWO show, we want to do another one of these. Around the panel, everybody gets a chance to give their. We do this every week. We have a out of nowhere player with our score prediction. So obviously, we'll talk a little bit of the Cleveland Browns here, and it's a player that it doesn't matter whoever you think is going to go off or do something. I don't know. It could be anywhere between Josh Allen or somebody we at least think of. Who would be your out of nowhere player, and what's your score prediction for the Bills Browns?
See, I like this question, but I don't think I can answer this question, right? Because
why don't you answer first?
Because they're all your friends.
And I'll tell you this. No, they're all my friends, but also, right? If this gets say whoever I say goes off, right?
Right. Yeah, that'd be legal action, bro.
And it'd be like, all right, it might be illegal.
He leaked the script.
Then you just say everyone.
Everybody's gonna have a great game.
There you go.
And who's gonna go off? I think we're gonna have Mitch is gonna have a great game punting the ball, but he's not gonna punt that much. Hopefully, That's what I say. That's a safe answer.
Oh, yeah, bet on the punter. Why not?
It's funny.
I'll stick with Groot. Give me some Greg Rousseau action.
Like that. He's been quiet this year. It seems like.
I love Greg, man. That's my dog.
But even though you can't pick an out of nowhere player, you can pick a score prediction.
I could.
Then same thing. If the score prediction hits, they can be like,
the Bills, we're gonna win.
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna win.
Bills by a billion.
We're gonna win by a certain amount of points.
There you go.
A billion.
Bills by a billion.
We're gonna score more points than the other team.
Brother Bill. Of course.
Bills by a billion. Shout out.
Nod once if the NFL is rigged. No.
Yeah, blink twice.
No. He's like, no.
We'll edit that up. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'll give my score prediction real quick. So I'll say score prediction. I'm gonna say 37-6. Obviously, Bills. Out of nowhere, Oz is gonna get 2 TDs this week. We're going back to tight end U.
Ozzy.
It was Knox last week. Hawes has been slowly creeping up. He's going to get two TDs this week.
That kid's having a hell of a year, man.
Every time he's caught a ball, we've won the game.
Yeah.
Every time he's caught a pass, we've won the game. Mm-hmm. That's a stat, actually.
That is right. That is right. Yeah, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
That's I think I'm
going to say we put up. I think I'm going to say we put up our first 50 burger this year. 53-17, and since we were talking about it, and people, and especially with him, I feel like the last few weeks, a lot of them fair weather fans have been dogging him a little bit. I think my boy Coleman's about to have 2 touchdowns, 100 yards.
Boy, Keon.
He about to go off this week.
That's my guy.
So I'm going to go with the score of, and I don't know how they're going to pull it off, but I'm going to go 39-10. This way I get the 90 in the score somehow for you, Dwayne. And then my out of nowhere player, I'm gonna run it back and go with one I did a couple weeks ago. Ray Davis is scoring another kick return.
Ray's been hot, man. He's been hot. He's been balling.
Since we do out of nowhere, since it's out of nowhere off the wall takes, can we say, look, man, somebody go down, Dewayne got to suit up, come in the game, crack some head. That's my out of nowhere.
Surprise. I'll be like, so smart. Look, WWE, I'll be like, watch out. The Viper,
Viper.
the return.
RKO out of nowhere.
That'd be
Yeah. Oh man.
Well, all right. Well, I think we'd be remiss to not talk about some of the things that kind of brought us together with you, Dwayne, and talking about Pancho's Army.
Yeah.
I know Masi's going to talk a little bit about the meat raffle, but I do want to say congratulations on your nomination for Mookie to wear one of these lovely jackets right here that I have. This one's mine. I got mine last year. So can't wait to welcome you to be a part of Pancho's Army with us, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It's awesome. And kind of shout out all y'all. But it's been cool, man, to be welcome in the community, right? That does such good. And I think it's, like I said, I keep using the word selfless. And those are people I gravitate. Gravitate. I can't mess it up. Those are people I gravitate to. Right? Those are my type of people, and you guys are my type of people. So I can't wait. Obviously, I'm very excited. I can't wait.
All
right. I first off want to give a big thank you to TSC and Hamburg Auto for sponsorships, helping us out wherever we can. Meat raffle's a lot of fun. Happened on May 31st, and like we said, we're nominating Big DC over here.
TSC.
Big TSC, and also, I know, bro. Calm down. We
got lifted him up.
You know who that is? The big.
You know who that is?
Yeah.
He's on the back. Yeah. And then the last time I couldn't see you, I had this on. This dude.
Take it off.
That's fire.
Got
See,
dude.
boy.
Let's take it off then. How about that?
Represent the rest of the show.
Oh yeah.
That's a nice one too.
AKA champs.
It's Puma. This is old.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. I actually bought this at the Carolina game in Carolina.
That's sweet, bro.
So but yeah, big thank you to also Trainwreck Sports. They help us out a lot with the meat raffles, and we love them over there.
Trainwreck. Shout out to guys. Those crazy guys.
They're some crazy dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
The truth is, if you're a loyal Bills fan, you're crazy in some level. I mean, let's just call it what it is.
At some point, you're doing something crazy.
That is very fair.
I mean, we invented jumping through a table at tailgate. I mean, come on.
Hey, I said when we win a Super Bowl, I'm going through one. Not until then, though. I'm too old. I'm gonna break. So they they got that saying, right? One before I die.
Yeah.
So we got to win one, so that way when I go through a table and I die, that saying is 100% true at least. So.
I done what, like 3 now in the last year?
Yeah, so we got through 3. I'm too old. I'm gonna break. So.
That one hurt, bro. I tried to hide it on the camera. I stood up. I was like, "Go Bills!" I can't breathe.
Everybody had that Spider-Man 2 meme. Oh, my back.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Dwayne, you got any I know we're getting short on time. You got any charities or anything you want to shout out or you want to mention or bring up? Or anything about your Fat Boy? What?
Yeah, so I shout out Fat Boy Fridays, man. Fat Boy Fridays first started in, I think, Memorial Day last year. I think is when I started. I always tell people a little backstory. I woke up, told my wife, I said, today I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna make the steaks, the chicken, the burgers. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grill all day like a man, like men do, right? So I went to the store, get all my stuff, and I was like, you know what? I was like, let me record because I'm a big social media guy, like making funny videos, just like being in front of the camera. And it kind of took off from there. I think that video did like 27,000 views. It was the first one I ever posted. I couldn't believe it. I was like, all right, well, started as like a little joke, little troll, whatever, and then it's become this thing, right? So it's become different merch things, different opportunities, different partnerships that we're working on and things like that. So it's been something cool to see, right? And kind of merge with my other passions for philanthropy and giving back, and kind of I view myself as a servant leader, right? It's kind of, I think that's why God put me here. At the end of the day, obviously I play football. It's pretty cool, but at the end of the day, that's not my real job, in my opinion. So speaking of charities and different things, I think Code Blue in Buffalo is one I'll definitely shout out. Very powerful. I had the opportunity to meet all those wonderful people at an event a couple weeks ago, and I think I was forever changed for the better. Just simply because it opened my eyes to the homeless population of Buffalo and right how much people really care. Obviously, it's nonprofit, and essentially they get in the van, drive around downtown when the temperatures, I think it's below freezing or whatever, and they drive to each and every homeless camp or spot that they know to make sure that people are okay, right? To bring them back to, I forget where home base is now, but to bring them back in there, get them in the heat, get them on a cot, get them warm, different things like that. And it was, I don't know, it was very impactful, very eye opening. It's, something we're going to continue to partner with in the future at the Bills. That's kind of what we picked as our social justice committee, was to attack homelessness this year. So being able to meet those people and also meet some people that, they serve. I think that was huge. We did a big lunch for them, and they went around, same thing. Drove around, invited them all, gave them their ticket. They all showed up with, I think the most powerful thing was they showed up with everything they had on their back, right? In good spirits, and just being around. I think the coolest thing about that for me was the humanization piece, right? I talked about a little bit with wearing a helmet and whatever, but that is nothing compared to, just treating them like normal human beings who in reality were, tough situations or whatever else. And a lot of times it gets portrayed as, they're, drug addicts or alcoholics or whatever else. And talking to these people, it's, medical bills, they end up getting evicted because of rent raises or different. It's just so many different scenarios. And I think that's something that's still, as you can see, it really stuck with me, right? And, I'm very proud of the work that we did with them and the work that we'll continue to do. So I'm going to shout them out every time that I can, because those people talk about like real heroes and real servant leaders. Those are the type of people that I strive to be myself. So I think I'm going to shout them out 100%.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, again, we appreciate you. Would be remiss if we didn't mention we do have a kind of a raffle going on right now. $4 a spot. You get a chance in to get a signed Thurman Thomas jersey. All right. All proceeds are going to Poncho's Text in the teacher's desk, which is something that we do throughout the year with Poncho's Army. So, and I just want to again thank you, Dewayne, for being on the podcast with us. Oh, Anthony wants to hop on, so let me give him a hot second here.
Let him in. Let him in.
With him.
Get the hell out of here.
The legend.
Let me represent. Let's get it, baby.
Okay, what up?
I'm doing the Argentina impression.
Listen, my son is scared. First and foremost, I want to thank our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because none of this happens without Him.
Amen.
Our backpack event, our meat raffle that we do, is solely about our backpack events that we get to do with Stevie Johnson at the YMCA, and it's a fun thing to do with my son. And I love this kid. And I love you guys, man. I appreciate you guys having me on, and my buddy Dan, man, he's good people. D, let's get it, chef.
My dog.
Yo, it's good. Always good to see you, man. I appreciate you always showing up for me, man. You good with Joe Crew, man. I like you. You're a hell of a dude.
We appreciate you hooking it up, Anthony. All the stuff you do, man.
I'm a man standing behind the man upstairs, big dog. That's it. Always happy to see people flourish, man. It's harder to pull people up than it is to kick them down.
Oh yeah,
that's for sure. Like I said, I'm a quotist. I love Inky Johnson. That dude's an inspiration. Is it's crazy, man. I love it. So, like I said, this isn't about me or us. It's about doing some good shit. So, let's have at it. And I appreciate you guys, and Merry Christmas and Merry Hanukkah Kwanzaa. Actually, let's get it all in there, baby. So, y'all enjoy yourself, and I'm gonna get out of here. And D, get at me, man. We need to get at Sonny Reds for that Poncho's Army pizza, dog.
No, facts. We need to connect either after Christmas, after we'll figure it out, man.
Bro, I got like 2 slices from you, dog. You ate that whole sheet.
Bro, it was too good, bro.
It was that good, dog.
It was that good, bro. It was that good.
Bro, he snatched the slice right out of my hand. I was like,
did you at least go on Fat Boy Friday?
I don't know. If you know, you know.
But listen, man, I really appreciate you, man. You're a beautiful dude, man. And from my family to yours, let's get it, baby.
100% love, man.
Viva los Bills, baby.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on, Dewayne. Thank you so much for giving us your time, man. I know you're busy, especially with the IR and all that, trying to get back. So we appreciate you, brother.
Man, appreciate y'all for the platform, man. Look forward to working together in the future. Let's figure something out. Let's keep going.
Absolutely. I'll rally with those guys. Appreciate you coming on. I know we've only been doing this for 6 months. We're still learning as we go, and for you to choose to come on with us is amazing. It obviously means we're doing something right. So, and at the end of the day, if our little goofy show is the 1 hour a week that everybody has to just escape reality and do something good, then great, we're doing our job.
Thanks.
So, as Spartan said, the $4 goes towards the Ponchos packs for the jersey. The raffle, we will be drawing it Monday next week on the 22nd. So keep time change. We normally do Wednesdays. So everybody that watches BWO, Monday, December 22nd, with the holidays, we will be going live, 8 p.m.
Spartan, I think before we go, you got to show them the official mount up.
Man, I don't know if I could do it in here, man. The mic will cut off, man. So what they're
Remember
talking
what
about,
Frank said
Dwayne,
about turning your
is
head
10
to the
minutes
side?
before. Yeah, 10 minutes before every Bills game, I go live on Facebook, and I do the Mafia mount
Every
up.
single game he does it.
I scream at the top of my lungs in my backyard. I don't care where I am. When we make it to the divisional round, I'm going to be on a cruise ship. Yep, and I will be on a cruise ship doing this because my wife made a cruise during the divisional round, which I don't know why, but she did during the divisional round. So I will be on a cruise ship for that, but I will do a Mafia mount up. It'll be recorded because I won't be able to go live.
I'll be at the game, baby.
Yeah, but I'll be there, and I'm going to do it on the ship and scream at the top of my lungs, Mafia!
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that.
So I do it before everyone. Usually I have my red mohawk going up, but I have it down today. Or I'm wearing one of my my many Spartan helmets.
Oh yeah, he got a whole costume.
Yeah, those are sweet.
So I usually just represent these, but I can't really scream in them. You can't really hear it, so I have to take it off to do the Mafia mount up. So, but that's where that came from.
That's all.
We also told Spartan that if we win the divisional game while he's on the boat, he's not allowed to come off the boat.
You better extend that cruise through the Super Bowl, baby.
I didn't even think about that.
I'm just saying, I don't know how we're going to pull it off, but he's not allowed off the boat until we lose in the playoffs.
It's going to be an expensive couple weeks before the Super Bowl.
If it gets us the Super Bowl, it's well worth the cost.
Oh, yo, Dwayne, real quick before you go, bro. So, like us fans, we have like little, like his mount up, like all that, like superstitious. You have anything superstitious, like game wise, like dirty pair of socks you always wear, like old pet something, anything that you have to do or something before every game?
Like I wear the same things, but I wouldn't say that's superstitious. Like I'm superstitious in what I eat. So, like before every game, like I eat the exact same thing. So it started in college. Like our whole D-line room used to do it. We always do, no matter what time the game is, mind you, like morning and whatever. We always do white rice with spaghetti, like the meat sauce for spaghetti. We put it on top and a baked potato. That's like literally what I've had my whole career since I was 19, I guess now. So that's kind of like
that's your game day meal.
It is every time. Like, and then sometimes it's either that or I don't eat. Like there's no in between. Like I don't even mess with it, man. Like
all gas, no brakes.
That's what it is. There's no half in, half out with me.
Ain't nobody gotta have to run to the bathroom during the second quarter.
And it's real too. That's why you got to time it up.
Gotta love it. Well, hey man, again, we appreciate your time. We want to wish you and your family the best over the holidays. Oh yeah, the little Poncho, he's saying hi.
Yeah.
So making his appearance because that's where all this started. So Poncho's Army, everything all stemmed from one individual, Ezra. So shout out
Ezra Castro.
Yeah, Ezra Castro.
Wow.
Must be dope.
Oh, there you go. He's got it right on the screen. You're missing it, Anthony.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You'll have to watch it again.
Show
back again, Corey. Nothing you wanted to
What a
see.
fucking
All right, so during the game, even at the game when we're at the stadium, I'll hand this to people. All right, I'll hand it
And
to
the
people.
peanut.
Even the peanut's not here right now. So listen, this thing I've handed to like complete strangers, and some strange ass shit be happening. I'll tell you what, we did it. I handed it to one dude. He was ready to leave. I go, don't leave the game, the Ravens game. All right.
Yeah.
Dude was like, all right. I pulled him right in. Right, we're 10 rows up, right behind section 138, baby. Handed the dude. He's still right next to me. The dude, Derrick Henry, fumbled, bro. And the dude, he's like, next thing you know, I'm like, don't hand it back. I'm like, hold on to it. Next thing you know, we just whoop that ass, baby. Let's go.
That's crazy.
Tell him I hand it to you even at home, away games. Am I lying?
No, you're not.
I promise you. It's only weird if it don't work.
I like that.
Yo, what's
I
your
like
biggest
that.
superstition, big dog?
I like
Hey,
that.
he already
Oh,
talked about it.
Listen, I ain't got no mic or no earbuds. Let's
Hey,
get it.
He can't hear nothing, so
Can't really say anything.
It's important.
Can't really say anything weird about things that were weird that work. I mean, Corey and I started the SpaghettiOs thing last year that just worked.
yeah, they were chugging SpaghettiOs,
Whatever it takes.
Hey,
cold SpaghettiOs.
Ask him about the
Whatever it takes, man.
So,
Yeah.
but
we
yeah,
appreciate you,
No.
man.
Thank you again, man.
Yo, Big D. Love you.
you know. So, again, Pat, you want to start off our outtake?
what do you mean?
You
Go Bills.
I always end it.
Oh, yeah. So
Go
we
Bills.
end it in Go Bills, and then everybody says it, and Spartan goes last. So Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Viva los Bills.
Mafia,